Most people think being unbothered means you do not care, but if you meet the most ambitious, most powerful people, you will see that they deeply care about their goals, they deeply care about their dreams, and they deeply care about their future. Still, how they remain so calm, unshaken, so steady, because being unbothered has nothing to do with caring less, and it has everything to do with depending less. And once you understand this, your manifestation journey will change completely. Now, I want you to think about the things that trigger you: the money that has not arrived, the text that has not popped up yet, the opportunity that seems to be delayed. Can you notice something here? Event itself is not creating emotional reaction. Your interpretation is. Two people can experience the same situation, and one spirals and another one shrugs and continues the day. Same circumstance, but different shift and different identity, yet different mindset. The truly unbothered people, they have a skill, and it can be developed by anyone, including you. They have a skill that they do not let their temporary circumstances control their inner world. This is a skill, and anyone can develop. The unbothered people are like the one, even if something happens in the external world, the inner world, the internal world remains calm. Now let's start with the hard truth, because many people in the manifestation journey, they tie their self-worth to their outcome. So if the opportunity arrives, they will feel valuable. If the person texts them, they will feel lovable. If the money came, they will feel safe and secure. But if not, they will feel rejected. They will feel that everyone is going against them. And that's how their emotional state is constantly determined by the external events. Think about it. Are you someone who is same? If you are manifesting a specific person in your life and that person does not text you, or he or she ignores you, then what happens? You will feel that I'm not lovable, I'm not deservable. You will feel like that because you are tying your self-worth to that person, to that outcome. And if it does not happens in the way you think, you will feel that way only because you are tying your self-worth. You are letting people decide how you feel. And that's the rubbish and the worst thing you can do to yourself. I said what I said. Now just imagine carrying a remote control and handing that remote control to everyone around you, your neighbor, your parent, your sibling, your boss. Now, if anyone switches a button, your mood changes instantly because you are giving them the remote, because you are letting them control you. And that's how just one text can make you feel so sad, so bad. It can even give you anxiety because your world does not revolve around you, your world revolves around them. Doesn't it sound exhausting? Yet most people do the same in their life. They let people control them. And that's why they are always in a mood and always in the lowest frequency. How you can be in the enlightenment and abundance frequency when people around you are controlling you? You are just a TV. And if someone switches the channel, your mood switches. That's the main reason why your manifestation does not arrive and you feel stuck, because yes, you are letting people control you. You are not letting yourself control you. You are destroying your inner peace. You are destroying your internal thing just because of the external world. What does the unbothered person does? They take the remote back. They know that no one can control me. No one has that capacity, that ability to let my inner world destroy. And that's where the freedom begins. Talk about the thing people don't realize. The more desperate you are for something, you give them your power. So if you want a specific person in your life and you are being desperate, oh, when she or he will call me, when they will text me, when he will call me, when he will message me, you are giving your power. If you want to manifest 1 lakh in this month and you are constantly thinking when the money will arrive, if this client will pay me, if that client will pay me, what should I do? What should I do next? How will I budget? You are giving them your power. Here you are not in control. Emotional state has become dependent, and this dependency creates suffering. But do you know what the unbothered people do? they act in a way that does not let control their inner world. They so see, the wanting says that I need this, and I would love to have this, but the needing says that I need this right now. Without it, I would not be this person I wish for. Without it, I could not survive. This is the difference between wanting and needing. Now I want you to pause the video, and if you are in your manifestation journey, obviously you are, that's why you click this video. So if you are in your manifestation journey, just ask yourself that, am I wanting or am I needing? Because one creates freedom and one creates attachment. And that's why 99% of the people's manifestation journey, it feels so painful because they are already in the desire of needing. They are not chasing the desire, they are chasing the emotional relief that desire will give. So if you want to manifest a special person, a specific person, you are not manifesting them, you are manifesting the emotion that it comes with. Feeling of safety, feeling of love. If you want to manifest money, you are not manifesting money, you want to feel the safety of having money, you want to feel freedom, you want to feel security. So you are not manifesting the outcome, you are manifesting the emotional relief it comes with. If you rely on external circumstances, you will always be in a situation of up and down, because external situation changes and your peace will be temporary. And you know, real peace, it comes from becoming the source of the feeling you are seeking. So what you can do to become unbothered? It does not mean you care less. It means you care enough that even if it does not happen, you do not let that circumstance ruin your internal world. So don't ask yourself will happen if that thing never arrives, and start asking yourself, can I be still okay if this not happen? And that's the secret, because unbothered people, they know how to be happy and how to enjoy the present moment while working towards the future. It does not mean you postpone happiness. It does not mean you postpone your joy, your life. Unbothered people, they don't postpone their happiness, they don't postpone their life. 99% of the people, they feel like, and they are like, if I will be successful, then I will be happy. If I get that person, that money, then I will be happy. And that's how they postpone their happiness. Their abundance. Life is very short. It is. I will be happy when this thing arrives. I will be happy then you can never be happy. Your happiness comes from yourself and not the external world. So how to be unbothered and how to not let the people, the circumstance control you? Don't let your happiness depend on them. Never. If your happiness depends on them, then you are in control. Being unbothered does not mean you don't feel negative emotions. You are human and it's okay to feel negative emotion. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel anxious. It's very okay. It's okay because you know you care about that thing a lot. But unbothered people, they don't let the negative emotion ruin their whole day. It's okay. I'm observing it. You have to act like this. It's okay. I'm observing it. It's okay, I have some doubts. It's okay, I'm feeling frustrated, but it's going to be all okay. That's how they actually treat their circumstances, the negative situation, because life is not a smooth ride. It will come with ups and downs, and the unbothered people, they do not let the one small downfall make them feel like their whole world is shattering. And if negative emotion appears, don't let the emotion make a home in yourself. Let them pass. You know, you do not laugh at a joke hundreds of times. You just laugh at once. So why you cry or why you feel bad about something? Just let it go. Don't let that emotion hold you. Don't let it make a home inside you. Just let it go. Emotions, they are energy in motion, and they need to pass. Happy days pass, bad days pass, sad days pass. The best thing is everything passes. So don't hold anything. You just need to hold the learning. So get the money you wanted. Let it pass. Just take the feedback that what can I do? How can I improve myself? That's how unbothered people works. They do not let the external world determine their internal state. Standing beside a river, the thoughts pass, the judgment pass, the emotion pass. The unbothered person, he just stands and watch it, but the attached person jumps on the river and the rivers carry the person. So you understand, if you will jump in the river, the emotion will carry you, but if you stay still, if you stand, you know the emotion will pass. And that's how beautiful skill or a beautiful habit. This is the beauty of staying unbothered, because you know that things will pass, emotion will pass, but you know you have created a beautiful home inside yourself that no one can damage it. You live in your mind. 99% of the day you live in your mind. So make your mind a better home, a better place to live. Let's talk about what happens in your manifestation when you stay unbothered. Ironically, this is often when manifestation begins faster. It is not a magic practice, it is not a woo woo, but it is the thing that now your system is safe. Now your system is not in a constant flight and fight mode, and you know that things are going to happen for me, for my goal, and you are staying unbothered. You are in a highest frequency, universe gives you faster, and even your brain, your reticular activating system, filters everything out to match your current state, current belief. So when you are constantly checking and telling yourself, I don't have it, you are signaling your brain that I don't have it. But when you stay unbothered and at peace that I know it's going to happen, and even if it is not going to happen, I know something good or something better may arrive, then you are telling yourself and your brain that it's all going to be good, and we do not need to be in a survival mode constantly. So here is your challenge. The next time something does not go the way you want it, stop, pause, take three deep breaths and ask yourself, does this circumstance get to decide who am I today? If your answer is no, then continue creating, continue enjoying, continue living your life, because you get it once and this life is beautiful. It's in your mind, just in your mind. Don't let people, don't let circumstances describe who you are, and don't let people control your mood today.